You are a better coder than you think. If you think coding is just for smart people, then
you have just fallen victim to our evil plan to make everyone think that.
But, lucky for you, I'm here to escort you out of the matrix. Come with me. People will tell you to become a developer for the money. The job market right now is tough for everyone, so I wouldn't recommend going into it just for that. But I would recommend giving this skill a try. Hello everyone! If you're new here, I'm Bella. I work as a junior full-stack developer for a very cool startup in Germany. If you're wondering why I look so different and the setup is all new, it's because we're out of the matrix now, obviously. I'm coming to you from a place of major imposter syndrome, even after engaging professionally with development for the past almost 3 years. To get to the position in which I am now, I had to send about 120 applications, of which only 4 were moved forward to an interview and only 2 made an offer in the end, from which 1 I accepted. And I'm fully aware that in the current job market, getting 2 offers out of 120 applications is a privileged position. One thing that I believe has changed since the olden days in how we perceive coding, not that I was there, just, what I've heard, is that it has now become more linked to a career than a simple skill or something that could be a hobby. In the past, when the internet shyly made its appearance, people would say yeah, I do a little bit of coding. And they meant that they experimented with silly static HTML pages or custom configurations for some software that they would be using. Coding for a lot of people was something that they did for fun. But no, it was fun. Look at these. And of course, why keep a hobby just a hobby if it has the potential to earn you upwards to 6 figures a year? And to that I say, to hell with the hustle culture. Yes, I completely understand it is an appealing professional pursuit. Who am I to tell you otherwise? I do code for a living, but not all skills have to become careers. And that brings me straight to the next point of my rant. You don't have to be a professional to start coding, obviously. And you don't have to reach a professional level to consider this a successful go at the skill. It might seem obvious, but I've gathered the opposite from a lot of folks I've spoken to. As with everything else, coding boils down to starting somewhere and then setting a goal to build something. And then coming to face many obstacles. For example, it's the same with sewing. Let's say you want to make a dress. You first need to find or make your own patterns, probably it's wiser to use existing ones. Then you need to cut the fabric without butchering it. And don't get me started on using the scary sewing machine that seems to want to attach your hands to whatever projects you're building. Coding is no different. Sure, the errors might seem scary and overwhelming, but as with all hobbies, there are tons of resources and communities out there offering support for pretty much any project you set your mind on doing. Maybe you want to stick around because my next video is exactly on where to find good resources when you're just starting to code. With that said, why coding out of all the hobbies out there? And to that I say, probably go with sewing. If you can go with sewing, go with sewing. Getting custom clothes out of it sounds so cool, and don't even get me started on the cosplaying possibilities. But jokes aside, coding is practically free to get into, unlike many other hobbies. It also offers a nice challenge. In the beginning, when you're getting to know algorithms and data structures, it can feel almost like a puzzle game if you find the right resources that make it feel like that. And later, once you've poured your time and sweat and tears into it, you might even see your own app ideas come to life, which is honestly what got me into it in the first place. Seeing your creation do what you actually intended for it to do feels so satisfying in a very Dr. Frankenstein way. So no, coding is not a very scary thing reserved only for geniuses. Anyone can code. Some people are just more naturally inclined to it and they will progress faster than you. But that's just life, and that's true with any hobby out there. Be content with judging your own progress, and as long as you're making progress, you're winning. And detach yourself from what others are doing. If you really want to do it, trust me, you can and you will. Put your time to it, put your grind to it, and you can do it. Thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. If you would like, leave a comment, like, subscribe, interact if you will. That would be a great help for me to see that y'all are out there watching my videos. But even if you don't, my next one will be up next week and there's nothing you can do about it. Bye!